Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I am a beauty enthusiast who loves all things beauty, but we also will be bringing you some vlogs and a little bit of lifestyle and a little bit of fashion. So if you like any of those topics, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl squad, because we're the best squad over here. So today we've got an August monthly favorites, and I have all the makeups, I have a few personal care products, and a couple of fashionable products. So I would love for you to stay through the video. Thank you so much for taking some time and spending it with me today. I truly do appreciate it, and let's get right into this video. So the first favorite that I want to talk about is going to be a lip balm by Givenchy. So this, my dears, this is their Rosé Perfecto lip balm, and so I have mine in the shade 117, and I have never really cared about lip balms to the point where I'm like, oh, I want to get something very luxurious. However, I got a deluxe sample of one of these lip balms from Sephora, and as soon as I put it on, I was like, I need a full size. This lip balm is extremely hydrating. It feels almost like a Aquaphor type of texture, in the sense of not the thickness, but how Aquaphor feels very hydrating to your skin and moisturizing to your skin. And but this is thinner in the consistency. I also like with this lip balm that you actually see color. And the other shade that I had, I think it was shade 100, the clear kind. It's like clear with like a hint of pink. That one was really pretty, but because it was so small, the bullet broke off, so I had to throw it away before I finished it all. But this stays in my purse, and it is lovely. It is lovely. Second, we're gonna talk about a product from Youth to the People. So we had Youth to the People on our Behind the Beauty show in July. They were so generous and kind and sent me over a lot of their products to try, but they were raving about this oil on our show. And so I purchased this because I was like, I need it. So this is their Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Oil. It has maki and acai and prickly pear goji. Youth to the People, if you're not aware, they are a clean brand at Sephora. They also really pride themselves on creating products that are just completely as natural as can be. But this oil, y'all, is so just hydrating and beautiful and soothing to the skin. So I like to use a oil, and for the record, I just got my brows microbladed. Yes, so that's why I won't be touching my brows today, and that's why you see me kind of going around my brows, because I can't put makeup on. I'm really not supposed to be putting makeup on, but I told my esthetician I would be careful. And if you want to see my whole microblading experience, you guys, I uploaded my first vlog, and so I did record the majority of the process, so you can take a look there. I'll go ahead and link it for you. So that's why for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try to be very light around the eyes so that I don't mess up my microblading. But I like to use an oil at night as one of my primary moisturizers. And so I had been using the La Mer hydrating oil, and oh, y'all, I still love that oil. I ran out, and I was just like, am I gonna bite the bullet and purchase it? And so right when I ran out, we had Youth to the People on Behind the Beauty, and they kept raving about just the benefits of this oil, how much they loved it. And I was like, let me go ahead and try this oil first. Y'all, it's been holding me over. When I say holding me over, not literally just holding me over and I don't like it. It's really, really beautiful and moisturizing. As you can see, it definitely adds a nice little glow to the face, but nothing over the top. It does sink into the skin and really does hydrate the skin. It's an oil that I can wear during the day if I want to. I can also wear it at night. So it's not a super thick oil at all, and I really do enjoy it. The other product from them that really has stuck out to me has been the Super Berry Hydrate Plus Glow Dream Mask. And this is so moisturizing. So when my skin feels like it's a little dry and it needs a bit of a pick-me-up, I like to put this on at night. Another benefit is that it does kind of smell almost smells like Starburst, if you will, almost smells like a candy. But I just literally slathered this on. It's a mask that you can sleep with overnight. I love those types of masks because then they can penetrate the skin all night. And when I wake up in the morning, my skin just feels really nice and soft and supple. So I love using this when I feel like my skin does need a pick-me-up, or just not even only when it's dry. If I just am like, you know what, we need a little self-care moment to the skin, I like using that. On to another like kind of skincare-ish product, this lash serum by Dime. So this is an eyelash boost serum, and this is a serum that is supposed to help your eyelashes grow. I've also heard people say that they use it on their brows and they've noticed that their brow hairs have grown. And I really do feel like it has helped my lashes to grow, which I'm really excited about it. The catch is you have to use it every night, okay? And like, you have to use it consistently every night for about a month before you start seeing results. And I've been using this lash serum on and off since I want to say February, March, but like I haven't been consistent. So I was like, I don't want to talk about it just yet because I don't know for sure if this is really working. I actually think it's working because I've noticed as of late when I go to just wear mascara, I'm like, are those my lashes out there looking all juicy and scrumptious and fanning out and waving to people? And I'm like, okay, it's working. So literally, you just swipe it on to the lash line, and I like to do it at night. You can do it in the morning. Literally just put it right there, put it right there. I dip back in, add some to the lower lash line, and I'm done. It doesn't irritate my eyes. The serum has literally gotten into my eyes. It doesn't irritate my eyes or anything like that. But I really think it has worked for me. And Dime is a very clean-based product, so there's not, you know, other chemicals in the product that will irritate your skin. And I haven't tried a lot from Dime, but I really have been enjoying that lash serum. But they do have like skincare products and a whole bunch of other products that I've heard have been really good. Okay, on to the makeup. So first I'm going to apply the Lila Be A Glow Priming Oil in the shade Golden. I did just get this, but I cannot stop using this. So if you've been around my channel, you know I love me some Lila B. And so when they sent me this product, I was like, yep, I already know I'm gonna love it because I love the standard priming oil. So this is an oil that is supposed to help moisturize the skin, like kind of pick the skin up, lift the skin, hydrate the skin as well. It has lavender oil in it, which I really do enjoy because it gives me like a nice like aromatherapy feel as I'm applying it. And for me, the oil does absorb into the skin, and so it's not too heavy to where I can't wear it under makeup. And as you can see, there's a nice, beautiful like glow to the skin. The original priming oil leaves a glow too, but this one gives you like a golden hue. And I'm here for it. Next, foundation. The two foundations I've been rolling hard with all August have been these two. The new YSL New Bare Look Skin Tint, and I wear mine in the shade New 15. And then good old Pat McGrath, shade M19. These two have been, they. So with YSL, I've done a full review on it. There's something about this skin tint that just makes my skin look flawless. I love the packaging of it. It's very sleek, very easy to travel with. I've gone out of town a couple times and it's been just so easy to travel with. I also like that there is this pointed in, so I can just draw the product on my face. And it just blends so nicely to, and who am I with a sponge, right? Who am I? Using just a traditional beauty blender. I figured it was time that I actually use a beauty blender. So this blends really nicely into the skin. You can get about very light coverage all the way up to, I would say like a light medium coverage if you wanted to. This is the first time that I'm using it with a sponge, and I'm definitely noticing that obviously I'm not getting as much coverage. But it's just beautiful to throw on the face for something very light and beautiful and glowy, but like just perfecting. Getting a brush so you can see what it looks like applied with a brush. As you can see, we get a little bit more coverage with a brush than we do a sponge, but I have been loving Loving it. And then Pat McGrath, I mean, this is one of like just my all-time favorite foundations just ever. I started using Pat McGrath again because when I first purchased the YSL Skin Tint, I had the shade 12 and it was a bit too light. And I went out of town and I wanted to bring this, and I was like, I know I was going to the beach and I was like, I know this is gonna be even lighter because I'm gonna be out in the sun. So I brought Pat McGrath with me and started mixing the two, using this more so for color. And then I was just like, oh, I forgot how scrumptious this Pat McGrath is. So I'm just gonna add both today because why not? But I've been wearing Pat McGrath's foundation alone or, you know, mixed with the YSL. And this foundation, I love it because it is just, it's also perfecting. I also love that I can wear this foundation literally like put it on, put a little on with my hands and be out the door, or I can actually glam it up. It's so versatile, and it's just, I love the light to medium coverage of it, and it's really perfecting. I also love the color. The undertone is just so pretty. The YSL one definitely has a little bit more radiance to it than Pat McGrath. Sometimes Pat McGrath can be a little too dry for me, so I always will lay down more of a hydrating primer, like either the Lila B, or I'll go in sometimes even with a little bit of an oil. So that makes the Pat McGrath just, you know, really glide on the skin and look just beautiful and effortless. Concealer, the Cashapp Revealer Concealer in shade 7 is everything. With the Cashapp Revealer Concealer, this is one that I love to use year round, and I brought this one back out because in June I started using a lot of my Cashapp products because I love to use those in the summer. And I was like, yes, this product is everything. Full coverage concealer, beautiful radiance that it provides, but it definitely is not overly dewy that it just slides across the face and can't hold its coverage. Love the shade of this particular concealer as well. And it really like not only brightens the under eye, but it kind of lifts the under eye as well. And what I mean by lifts the under eye, it helps to not, the product doesn't settle into your fine lines in a way that looks unattractive and that ages you. That's why I love this concealer so much. You don't need a lot because it is full coverage. So it has been the concealer of choice. For bronzer, I have been really enjoying a couple of bronzers this month. The first one is going to be by Goss. So this is his Radiance Boosting Face Palette in the shade Deep Copper. Now, this is the deepest shade that he does have, so hoping that he comes out with some deeper shades because I really do enjoy the formula of this bronzer. It's what he calls a Radiance Boosting bronzer, and I really feel like that's what it does. I love to use this shade as an actual bronzer shade, and this has been a really beautiful shade that I like to use for my nose contour. I typically like matte bronzers, but I don't mind a beautiful radiant bronzer as long as, like, you know, it's no glitter chunks. And I really feel like this particular bronzer does just that. I feel like the skin looks really nice and radiant and warmed without looking like someone has put glitter all over your face. And it just blends really beautifully. So going in with the more contour side for my nose and adding too much, don't worry, we will blend this out. The other bronzer that I have really been enjoying, and that is definitely one of my favorite products to use in the summer, Natasha Denona Tan Bronzing Glow. So this is just summer in a palette, right? So nothing new. I'm sure all of us have seen this palette at least one time, but I love to use this shade as a bronzer shade. Once again, just let's do a little quick swatch comparison between this one and the Goss one. So here is the Goss bronzer, this is the Goss bronzer shade. This is the Goss contour shade. And then this is Natasha's bronzer-like shade. So the Goss shade and Natasha shades actually look very similar. Like, they almost look identical. Goss's is a little lighter. I would say maybe a little yeah, a little lighter than this one, but they look very, very similar. I'm looking in my mirror down here. The contour shade, as you can see, is a little cooler in tone, but it's also more neutral. It's not definitely, you know, cool toned. But I like to use this shade as a bronzer over the face, and then I primarily will use either one of these for highlighter. If I'm like trying to be very quick and out the door, I'll just use this kind of all over the cheek and bring it up as like a shimmer blush and highlight all in one. Or I'll put this like on the cheeks and then I'll add this to like just the very top of the cheek just to add a more like prominent highlight. But this palette is just beautiful. I do rarely use the cream product because it doesn't make too much of a difference. And by itself, I'll use it by itself if I have nothing else on my skin and I just want my skin to glow. But these three shades are just by far some of my favorites to wear in the summer. So I've been using this one a lot this month because it's beautiful. And I typically reserve this palette for the summer, so I have to show it love. I love that palette so much. On to blush. The one blush that I really want to highlight because she is bae and she is gorgeous are these Givenchy blushes. So I do have shades 4, 5, and 6. I enjoy all the shades, but the one that I continue to reach for the most is this one in shade 6. So these are a loose blush type of formulation, and here is what it looks like here. And so of this color story, typically the two lighter, the two blush shades at the top are going to be more of a cooler tone of the color story of the blush, and then the bottom two will be a warmer tone of the color story. However, with shade 6, I feel like shade 6 as a whole is just a little more warm. So I will tip the container over, kind of tap on all 4 squares, and then we get a little bit of color from each one of the squares. And I'm hoping you all can see that. But these blushes are extremely pigmented. They really do melt into the skin, which I like and which I find quite impressive, especially for them to be powder. But it kind of makes sense because they are a looser powder. So a lot of times looser powders are very lightweight in texture and they do mesh into the skin pretty nicely. So I just take a little and tap it on. And as you can see, you don't need a lot at all. I typically will kind of go overboard with these because I always add too much to my brush because I constantly underestimate the pigmentation. But I love this like warm, like terracotta orangey hue that this particular color gives, and it's just gorgeous. I've traveled with these already, and I'm not done using them. Like, I have truly been enjoying using these blushes. On to highlights. So I purchased this highlight from Ilia. This is their Daylight Highlighting Powder in Decades, and it is so pretty. So this is a brand, Ilia, that I am definitely interested in getting to know more. So I'm just adding products here and there as I go. This shade Decades, when I swatched it, I was like, and you must come home with me. Stunning, okay? Stunning. Add a little sunlight. Ooh, she's so pretty. This is a clean brand at Sephora. And if you're somebody who really, you know, prefers to only buy products that are clean, I think this highlighter is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at her. She ain't playing around. Oh, it's so pretty. You don't need a lot, obviously, to get a beautiful payoff, and I really enjoy this like golden champagne color of the highlight. They do have deeper shades of their highlighters, so if you're someone who is deeper than me and you feel like this highlight would be too light, they definitely have a more like richer golden shade that could work for you. And then they also have a lighter shade. So I think this formulation is beautiful. It's like a creamy powder and it's just stunning. Now on to the eyes. So 2 eyeshadow palettes that I really want to recognize. The first one, it's from Mother Pat. Mother came and gave us a whole nother mothership, and she said, y'all gonna like this palette and leave me alone. And that's what I'm doing. Utopian Dream is everything. I cannot stop using this palette. It is beautiful. I love the color story. The formulation is beautiful. And it is everything that I thought this palette would be. So I love to use these two shades as blushes as well as eyeshadows. This shade Plum Noir is an Extreme Plum Noir. I really like it because I feel like it's a beautiful depth shade that I can use to kind of change up my looks or smoke out my looks. This coral shade, what do you call it? Shockwave. Oh, so pretty. It's like a pinky coral. And then, of course, her special shades are just unmatched. I mean, I'm sure we can, you know, find these in indie shades, but we're talking about Utopian Dream, so we're gonna stay here. But I have really been loving this palette. And like this shade right here called, what are you? Blitz Extreme, I think that's what we call this one right here. Or Blitz Desire. I forgot what the shade is, but this shade right here. This is like a one and done shade for me. It's so beautiful and dimensional, blends effortlessly into the crease, all over the eyelid, and I get a one and done eye look, but it looks like I've done a little bit more. So I cannot rave enough about this palette. I think it's one of those palettes that can be an everyday palette for people if you like color stories like this. And I do like color stories like this, so this has definitely been like an everyday palette for me. I've already traveled with this as well. I love everything about this. Somebody asked me like, so ranking Pat McGrath palettes, where are you placing this one? Y'all, I gotta think about this. I really do. Don't ask me. I'll have another ranking video for you when I figure it out. I can't tell you right now where she falls. I however can tell you she ain't number 9, okay? Along with that is the artistry wand, and I have truly been enjoying this. Love this artistry wand, and honestly what I love most about it is just the ease of use. Literally take the cap off, swipe this onto the eye, and I've got an intense, more pigmented shimmer without the hassle of using mixing Mayron. It's mixing Mayron basically in a stick form, and I really do enjoy it. So I said in my review of the Utopian palette, if the palette was something that you were kind of like, I don't know, the wand might be something that you find worth your investment, because if you are looking for a product to enhance your shimmers, and you can use that with any shimmer, it doesn't have to be Pat McGrath shimmers exclusively. So if you're looking for, you know, a product that will be easy to use, that will intensify your shimmers, that is a beautiful product. And because it comes in pen form, it's just so user-friendly, so easy to use, and it's pretty much fail-proof. So I really, truly have been enjoying that product as well. Okay, so the next product I'm sharing with you all because, total unexpected surprise. And anytime any one of you all just decide to be nice to me, I truly take it to heart. It means everything to me, and you all are so very special to me. Some of you all have actually taken it a step further, and you have provided me with gifts, and I never know what to say. So when I had done my Natasha Denona ranking video, I had a lot of people in the comment section telling me what their favorite palettes were, and I did not have any of her 28 pan palettes. So one of you all, which I will not say who they are because I know they don't want me to put them out there, but I want to acknowledge them in person because what they did needs to be acknowledged. They went in my DMs and said, hey, I noticed you don't have the brown green indie palette. That is my favorite, and I think you should have it, so it's on the way. And here it is. Are you kidding me? Like, to this day, I am still utterly speechless. I have thanked her so much to the point where she was like, stop thanking me. Don't do that. I just wanted you to have it, you know, and so I wanted to just share with you all that this was gifted to me, and it was gifted from one of you all. I don't have words, you all. I really don't have words. She knows who she is. I love her dearly, and in front of all of you all, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't deserve it, but I truly appreciate your love and support. And if you know, this ain't no cheap palette, y'all. Natasha don't do nothing cheap, but this ain't no cheap palette. So I am truly thankful to her for gifting it to me. So this is the palette I want to use today. Maybe I should pull y'all in so y'all can see what I'm doing. let's do that. Start off with, I'm going in with a Reference 16 brush. We're gonna start off with Sandstorm right here. I really like this Reference 16 brush too because it does come at a nice little tapered point. So I can use this for blending and a little bit of detailed work. So I'm gonna keep this basically in the crease because I don't wanna go near my brows because I'm not supposed to touch my brows. But just gonna put this into the crease. Then I'm going in with this shade called Arizona, and I'm gonna concentrate that more into the crease. And this formulation is just, it's beautiful, it really is. Are y'all excited about Natasha's retro palette that's coming out? Or no? I'm excited. I am going to order mine from Sephora. So I'm hoping I'll be able to have a review for you all very soon. Then I'm going in with my Artistry wand and just put this right here because I'm gonna add me a shimmer. I'm just gonna put it all along here. And I also love that you can use this on top of a shadow as well. So like, it's just no fail. It's not particular or anything like that. Let's go in with this shimmer, Cool Bronze. And just patting this shade onto the eyelid. And that's it. Ooh. Going back in with the brown shade Arizona, and this is my BK Beauty 204 brush. I was, no! I just dropped my Pat McGrath palette. The palette is fine, but my baby monitor is broken. I don't see that. These Pat palettes are heavy if you've never felt them. You could really knock somebody out with that. Okay, going in, like I said, with the BK Beauty 204 brush, I was just using one of the brushes from Sonia G's Lotus set. This is the worker brush. That's what I use to apply the gold shade. Can't believe I did that. So just taking Arizona and applying that to the lower lash line. And then going in with the Sonia G Mini Booster brush from the Kiyaki set, but she also has a mini booster in her regular brushes. Going in with the shade Sandstorm, the first shade that I started out with, we're going to blend out Arizona with Sandstone. And then for the inner corner and lower lash line, the shade called Moonstone. We're gonna add that here to the inner portion of the lower lash line. And also the inner corner. Okay, so I'm going to finish off my eyes, put on some lashes, put on a little mascara. The mascara I've been using this month that I have really been enjoying is the Ilia. This is the Fullest mascara. And I really like this mascara because it brings a ton of drama. So the name is the Fullest Volumizing Mascara. And when you look at the wand, you can see that it's nice and full and thick. And so it really does help to add a lot of volume to the eyes and a lot of drama to the eyes. So if I am not wearing lashes, I do feel like this mascara along with the lash primer really does add a lot of drama, so your lashes are quite apparent. Now, what I do think is kind of a con about this mascara, I've been using this for a while. I would say for at least 2 to 3 weeks, and it hasn't really dried out too much. So this is still more of like a wet formulation of mascara. So if you're somebody who prefers like a more almost drier formula of mascara, you might not like this one. I also don't like that a ton of product comes out on the wand, but because I can just, scrape it off and it gives me the volume that I want, I can definitely work with it. And I don't feel like it clumps the lashes as much as you would think it would with the excess product. So it is fairly easy to work with, and I don't get a lot of like cakiness and like the, you know, lashes are sticking together because it's just too clumpy or too thick in its formulation. It's not like that. So I have truly been enjoying this one. However, I am going to put some lashes on today. I'm going to go in with the Ardell Naked Lashes, and this is in the style 420. So I'm going to add mascara, but you're probably not going to really notice it. So that's why I'm not going to spend time putting it on a camera. But I will go ahead and do that and come back. We'll talk about a few more favorites because I have a few more things to talk about. Then we're going to wrap up and we'll be done. So stay tuned. Okay, so on to the lips. So I have fallen in love with two brands of liners, Christian Audette and Pat McGrath. So Christian Audette, they were very kind and gifted me 3 of their lip liners. I wanted to try the shade Smooches, which is from Mel Thompson's collection, Nude Sandals, which is, I believe, it's from Lisa J's collection. If I messed her name up, I will correct it on the screen, but I believe that's her name. And then lastly, the lip liner from Gigi Wood's collection. So the one in Wood has been the one I've been wearing the most. I love this brownish reddish hue. And then Nude Sandals, look at that. I have to actually sharpen it. Nude Sandals is such a beautiful, y'all know I love me a little pinky nude. It's such a beautiful pinky nude. These lip liners don't go nowhere. Like, you will need like an eye makeup remover or an oil base remover to remove them off the lips. Like, they don't go anywhere. They're so long lasting. I eat, I drink, I do all of the above, and this lip liner is still on my lips. This last one is in Smooches. I actually haven't worn Smooches just yet, but that is such a beautiful shade as well. So the Christian Audette liners by far are the most longest lasting lip liner that I do have, and I love, love, love them. And then for Pat McGrath, the one that I have been wearing nonstop is Deep Dive. So here is a swatch of Deep Dive. It's a little more brown based than Wood is, which Wood is right here. So beautiful. And the other one that I have is Deep Avoid, which is a very rich, like, oh, this is such a fall type of nude brown. So today, I think for today, I'm gonna go in with a little Deep Void because why not, okay? So I'm just gonna apply it here. These liners are so creamy. Like, if you just wanted to put the liner on and then be out the door, you really could. Your lips are not gonna look like you just tried to put chalk all over your lips. They really do glide over the lip, and they're so, so creamy. So just kind of filling in my lips a little bit. Because of the shirt that I'm wearing and the tones of my makeup today, we are gonna go on with a little Hocus Pocus from Christian Audette. That is from my lip bundle. If you were not aware, I did come out with a lip bundle with Christian Audette, and I mean, I love all the shades in the lip bundle, but I love Hocus Pocus. That is like my favorite shade. My discount code is still very much alive and well on their website. So if you want to earn 10% off, you can use the code GGC10. That does also earn me a commission. If you don't want to use my code, you can definitely just click the link in my bio to go to the website. The link is not affiliate, my code is. And you can use my code on any product on their website. I'm ready for fall, can you tell? So to top off this lip, I'm going in with a lip gloss I cannot get over. Pat McGrath's Gold Allure lip gloss. I saw her use this in a demonstration on one of her lives when she was promoting Utopian Dream. And when I saw the magic that is this lip gloss, I was like, add to cart, add to cart. I could not get this in the cart fast enough. It is so like multi-dimensional. You see the shimmer particles, but you don't feel them, which is great. You don't, feel like you're just, that you got glitter on your lips. I love this lip gloss. It's been living in my purse. And I think it's one of those lip glosses that gives you drama, but it's everyday appropriate, right? So it doesn't look like I literally have glitter chunks on my lips, but it's also like, what you got on your lips too? Because it's cute. So that's what the lip is looking like today. Okay, so we're not done. We got a few more things to talk about, and I need to hurry up because this video is already long. Okay, Desi Skin setting spray. I have truly been enjoying this whole entire month. So in short, this is a beautiful radiant setting spray, very fine mist. So let's put some on the face. It's one of those mists that I do not feel the need to have to press into the skin because it's not overly wet, but it definitely gives just a little radiance to the skin, and I just still like to press it into the skin because it's a habit that I have with my setting sprays. I just like to press them in, and it's just so nice. I think this is one of those radiant sprays that if you do have oily skin, you could still enjoy because it's not overly radiant, but it definitely does help to mesh the powders into your skin so that you don't look like you have a very powdered face. And it's also a really good refreshing spray or a prepping spray as well. So really actually have been enjoying that a lot more than I thought I would. 2 fragrances that I have been loving. So there's been 4 fragrances that I truly have been enjoying from the summer, and that's also in the video that I created that said my favorite releases from the summer. But the 2 fragrances that I have been wearing nonstop this month, Fenty's fragrance and then Gucci Flora. So here was my little mini size that I was looking for in my other video that I couldn't find, but I have it. And this is actually a really good, decent amount for it to be a mini product. But okay, so with Fenty, long story short, because you know, this video is already long, but this fragrance is very fresh, sexy, and seductive to me. It is currently sold out, but she is going to restock it. So you can just go to their website, put your email address in, and they will notify you when the product is back. But I'm so glad I picked it up. And I just can't get over this scent. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then with Gucci Flora, this is just, if I could say, like your typical fresh floral fragrance, but it's not overpowering on the skin in terms of it, you know, smelling like too much like flowers. I would say I get a good like 5-6 hours wear of this fragrance before it does start to fade. The Fenty fragrance does last about, I would say, like about 6 to 8 hours depending on what I'm doing. So neither fragrance is like, you know, this is gonna last me 10+ hours, but in my opinion, both fragrances do last well on the skin to where it's not like I just put it on and then 2 hours later I'm like, did I put anything? You know, it definitely does have some longevity for both. So these have been like my absolute favorites from the month. Like I said, I've had a couple that I really have enjoyed, but those 2 are like the ones that I've been reaching for the most out of August. Okay, just a couple of non-makeup items. Number 1, I picked up a purse from Amazon. Let me get it. So I bought this purse for an all-white event, and I have been wearing it nonstop. Look at this. Look at this purse. Isn't she cute? So I love the bow detail that is here. And it does also come with a strap. And then it's got the ruching style of, I forgot the brand, the luxury brand that this purse is mimicking. But I really, really enjoy it. It comes in, so this is the white color. It's not really white. It's like a, what would you call this? Like an off-white, almost like a beigey color. Don't mind the blue that you see on it. My jeans have rubbed off on it, so I do have a little bit of staining, but it's okay. It does have a magnetic closure, and you can actually get a pretty, okay, you can actually get a pretty decent amount of stuff in here. So just to give you an idea of what I have in my purse, I've got a pair of shades, I have a stain remover, I have the Honey Pot Feminine Spray. So if you haven't seen this is called the Calming Lavender Rose Panty Spray. So you can use this to refresh down there as the days go on. You can also use it under your armpits as well. So I have that in here. My keys, a few different lip balm products, some poopery spray, Tylenol, and just like a couple other little things in here. So you can actually get a decent amount of things in this purse compared to what I thought I could. So it's actually been my purse of choice, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It comes in this color, black, and also like a rich brown color. And I'm so tempted to get the brown color, but it is so cute. Like, I love that I can wear it like on my wrist like so. I typically honestly just wear it as a crossbody because a lot of times I'm also carrying Riley or I'm using her baby bag and that's gonna sit on my back. So this just goes over my shoulder really nicely. Loving that. And I think it was $39, around $39. So love that purse. And then the last two things I'm gonna talk about are some shoes. So I am a heel lover, okay? My line sisters joke me and my other line sister because they're like, y'all always tipping around in your heels. And I'm like, yes, I've been wanting to wear heels since I was a very little girl. And as soon as my mother gave me the go ahead, your girl was in some heels. I found 2 pairs of beautiful clear based heels on Amazon. And I bought the first pair, fell in love with them so much. I bought the second pair, fell in love with them so much. I have a 3rd pair on the way, okay? These heels are also, I think they're $39, so affordable. So this is the shoe. Isn't she cute? Surprisingly, even though the heel is kind of high, it's a quite comfortable shoe. The straps are also really comfortable. So when you put your foot in, you're not sliding all the way through, nor is the plastic from the shoe like catching on your shoe, so you can't really get your foot all the way in. These are really nice. I would say that these fit pretty, okay, so I would say for the higher heel, maybe go up half a size. So I normally wear an 8, so these are 8.5, and I think the 8.5 work really good for this higher heel. However, after I got these and I was like, yes, I love them, I went and bought the nude pair in the shorter heel. So this is the heel height, I think it's like 3.5 inches. I noticed that the shorter heel in an 8.5 is a little too big. So I went back and purchased the 3rd pair of the shorter heel in the black trim. So basically, I just purchased this shoe again, but with a shorter heel because I was like, I need. And I feel like this shoe is a little, like it's a little too big for my foot. Like nothing that you would notice, but I feel. So I ordered the black pair in a size 8. I would say if your foot is pretty true to size, just go with your normal shoe size. If it kind of varies, if you're like maybe, like I'm not an 8.5, but I'm like my foot is like maybe sometimes a little too small for 8, then I would go up, 8.5, go up half a size. But these are so comfortable. I wore these all day. I'm gonna insert a picture of the outfit that I wore them with. I wore them all day, walked around, did all the stuff, and they were so comfortable to wear. And so for somebody who's like me, who really enjoys heels, but it's like, I don't wanna be in heels all the time, but when I wanna be in a heel, I wanna be in a comfortable heel, and it's affordable, can't beat that. So guys, that is it. I really hope that you enjoyed hearing about my favorites for the month of August. I definitely want to know what your favorites are, so leave them in the comment section. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.